Hello, everyone. Welcome to Underwear News Barista Podcast. I am Tim coming at you again, and this was a very special episode because it's another staff podcast. So we have just about everyone on the site except for Mark. We have John.
Hello.
We have Wes.
Hello.
And we have the newest writer, Michael.
How's it going?
So I guess we'll kick it off, and I guess we'll kick it off with Michael. He's our newest writer. He joined about a couple weeks ago. And he's been really good. We really enjoy having him on the show and also the site. So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
I don't know. Let's see. I go to school for marketing and do a lot of stuff with cars, mainly customizing cars. So I usually customize anything in my life. So I figured, why not customize my clothing? So, of course, I found something as natural as underwear. So, yeah, that's my short, 10-second introduction.
Cool. And what are your favorite underwear brands? Tell the people which ones you like best.
Oh, definitely, of course. We have to give a shout-out to Lifeizpantz. And then, of course, the article I wrote for Little and Shown. They're great brand, great fitting. And then, let's see, Gijo is good. And, let's see, it's really all that's in my drawer right now. So, oh, yeah, Mundo Unico is good, too.
Oh, yeah.
So if I haven't butchered any names, but those are some good favorites.
Cool. Yeah, we have some. Actually, you'll get some new ones because I'm sending out a bunch of the new review pairs coming up. We're getting reviews from Tribe, Male Power, Candyman's coming up. We're going to get some from Lifeizpantz, one pair from Bonewear, and we're going to get some Joe Schneider Gigo, and we're getting more Unico, which I've got to talk to them tomorrow. So look at the site in the next few weeks. You'll see a ton of new reviews. So they'll be starting in about 2 weeks. So we have some exciting things coming up at the site. If you may have noticed, since December, we sort of changed the format of the site, and we've gotten a lot of positive feedback about it. We're now doing all the sales in one post, with occasional sale mixed in there, depending on what's going on. And we have a lot more content. We hope you're enjoying that. And John can tell you one of the exclusives we have coming up starting next week.
Yes, I'm actually very, very excited about that. We were actually contacted by Greg Home, and we have been granted their exclusive 2010 preview for their launch next week. The line actually launches next Friday, and he actually sent us today, sent us over some pictures, their full catalog that I was told to keep under lock and key until next Friday. So got some really, really cool stuff. I've looked through the catalog. I can tell you right now that there is if you're a fan of them at all, you're going to love what they have coming up. It's pretty awesome. They also gave us some pictures that we're going to be posting throughout next week as our brief distractions. And like I said, if you like, if you've worked with them or bought any of their products in the past, they are awesome. So be looking for that. The only place you'll find it is on our website. So like I said, we've been granted the exclusive material for their launch next Friday. So be looking for that all next week. And yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Cool. Yep, we're happy about that. And one more thing before we get started really going is I will be at Magic, which is the big convention show next week, Wednesday and Thursday, so we'll have tons of stuff for Magic next week, so stay tuned for that. So let's move into the podcast. So we haven't really set up a lot of things to talk about, but what's one thing started the new year? What's one brand or one pair that you have gotten that you've enjoyed, or a favorite pair you guys have?
Oh, well, I'll go first. I don't know, definitely the hipster line, or no, the lightning line from Lifeizpantz.
Okay.
Is great, especially in the hipster form. Mainly, it's plaid. It's just great fitting and doesn't ride up at all. Definitely a favorite. Personally, a favorite. Take most of my pictures in it.
Yes, you have. You've seen them on Twitter. You've seen the pictures, I think.
Yes, indeed.
How about you, Wes? Any good thing in the new year?
Probably the favorite that I had was the Australian underwear that I reviewed, Ristevsky. Was Ristevsky Machado?
We apologize for your name now because none of us can say it.
Oh, crazy Americans.
Crazy Americans don't know how to pronounce anybody else's name.
If it's not Smith, we're kind of screwed. Yeah, they were a wonderful, wonderful feeling pair of underwear. I loved wearing them. They fit everywhere they needed to. That was the perfect thing.
So they fit like a glove.
Yes, they did. I thought when I first saw them that I was going to have to change the way I normally dress, but I didn't once I got them on. It was great. I mean, I love the width of the waistband as well. I'm a lover of wide waistbands. To me, it finishes off a pair of underwears to have a very outstanding waistband, and with the big bold letters on their waistband, just made them stand out even more to me.
Yeah, I like a good waistband too, but our readers know that if they read the site. So, how about you, John? Any good pairs for the new year?
I guess one of the pairs that I've had a chance to try is ES Collection, and I have a pair of their briefs, and I also have a thong of theirs, and I like both of them. I have never tried ES Collection before, and I thought the briefs fit awesome. They look great. They feel great. I've worn them to the gym, exercising, everything, and they've held together awesome. It doesn't matter if you're just wearing them for every day or if you're wearing them to the gym or what you're doing. They are awesome. Like I said, I've never tried them before, but I really, really like them, and I'm definitely going to be purchasing some more of those.
Good deal. Yeah, they're a good brand. They're about to do their U.S. launch very soon. So we'll be able to get them over here. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted on that. Mine, I guess, is my Unico. I love Unico. And they have a pair of trunks that every time I wear them, it's just one of those pairs you don't want to take off, and I forget which ones they are off the top of my head. Because they have such strange names for their underwear, I never can remember which one's which. But I reviewed them a while back. It was the blue trunk. And now I'm just drawing a blank. I would pull up the site, but it would crash my Skype, and that wouldn't be a good thing. So basically anything from Unico is good with me. So moving on. Is there any good trends you guys see coming up for the next year? Anything you see going on in men's underwear that you think is going to happen or you'd like to see happen?
I guess I'll start with that one. One of the things that I saw, I know color has been really, really popular. I know last year we saw a lot of more bright colors, the greens and the pinks and stuff like that. I've said it before. I'm a huge fan of purple. I think purple underwear is going to be huge this year. We've already started to see some stuff with Timoteo and some of the stuff that they're coming out there. So I think that's going to be a huge color this year. And I think mesh, as much as popular as it was last year, and looking at some of the other underwear brands that are coming out with their new collections for this year, I think mesh is still going to be big. I don't think it's going to be all mesh like it was last year, but there's definitely going to be some underwear where whether it's the side panels or the crotch or the butt part of the underwear is definitely going to be mesh. So I still see that as going to be a big factor when it comes to men's underwear this year.
Yeah, that caught on at the end of last year and still has not run its course. So we'll see a lot more mesh this year. And what about the West? Do you see anything, or you want to see anything in men's underwear this year?
I'm kind of like the color person too. I really want to see a lot of color. I want to see maybe a lot of. I love camo, and I really want to see a lot of camo and different styles than just what's out today. I saw a type of underwear the other day. I cannot remember where it was at, but it was a pair of boxers that fit like briefs.
Oh, is that the Be Brief?
I think so.
Brief underneath. Brief underneath.
Yeah. Do you remember where you saw that? Yeah. I thought it was a great idea. I mean, I don't like the feel of boxers, but I do like to walk around in them, though. I do like to just lounge around in them. And if they will fit me like briefs do, I'll buy them in a heartbeat.
Camo. Yeah, camo's been... I'm not sure if I'll see much camo this year. They've done it like the last 2 years, but you never know, because Gigo's done it. Who else? No, Joe Schneider did it.
I know Aussie Bomb. Yep, Soldier Collection.
Just Us Boys and a couple others have done it. So, but you never know.
The thing about underwear being camo is, we kind of tend to like a lot of the skimpier ones, and if you wear a thong, there's not much material there to really say, "Oh, I'm wearing camo."
Sure.
So where's the camo at? Well, you figure that out.
You gotta look.
All right. So, and cool. I like a lot of loud colors. Maybe something more. I wish somebody would come out with a line of nothing but fluorescents. That would be great.
That takes you back to the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure fluorescents are starting to come back, so you may actually see that. And you'll probably see that more in probably European or South American before you'll see it here.
Yeah.
So our underwear can be not on the cutting edge at times. There are certain companies out there that do a great job, but the general public's underwear is usually a lot farther behind. So,
well, we live in a puritanical country, so
true. True, but we do have some great designers here doing some good stuff, but all in all, the mass market stuff that you find at Walmart and whatnot is pretty plain.
Get out your black lights, because we're coming with our fluorescent undies.
Exactly. For the black light parties now.
That's right.
And what about...
Actually, Aussie Bomb actually has the glow line, too, that actually glows in the dark, so...
Yeah.
I saw that.
Aussie Bomb does the really cool stuff. They are really doing all sorts of new stuff. And they just always impress me with what they come out with.
Yeah.
So, and what about you, Michael? Anything you want to see in underwear this year?
Well, I guess maybe not necessarily see in underwear physically, but maybe as from a company standpoint, to see more companies. I mean, I know I'm just a big Aussie Bomb supporter, but definitely see a bigger role in terms of social media from companies. I know that Mundo Unico has a Facebook, and of course, Aussie Bomb, Joe Snyder, he doesn't. There are a few other brands. The one that we couldn't pronounce earlier that was Australian, they have a Twitter. Yeah. But besides seeing colors, of course, but definitely seeing just a more involved with their community. But that's a pretty boring, lame response, but.
No, I think, with Aussie Bomb doing such a good job at it, they started with their videos, which they've done an amazing job with video, and they've embraced Twitter and Facebook and everything else, so they're on top of it. And other companies are coming in and starting to do more with social media. Andrew Christian's doing some stuff. The rest of them are slowly getting into it, so...
I agree. I think it comes back to, Aussie Bombs kind of set the standard. Like you said, Tim, they started out with their videos. You're starting to see a lot more companies doing videos and posting those on YouTube. And, I think Aussie Bombs is one of those companies that you got to watch, because they've definitely set the bar and set the standard in the industry. And, they're not just, posting sales on Twitter either. They're interacting with their fans. And I think that's helped them, as far as building their brand and building their reputation. I think Aussie Bomb in general, since they've started their whole social media advertising, if you will, I'm almost positive that they've seen their sales increase just because they've been so interactive in those different realms.
Definitely. And then I said in the posting we did back at the first of the year, trends for last year, if Aussie Bomb actually got a major market department store in the U.S., they would be unstoppable in the U.S.
Pretty much.
They would take over, because right now, the only place I know to get Aussie Bum is directly through them for the U.S.
Yeah, I know that I'm pretty sure there's a store in L.A. because they mentioned, not like a literal Aussie Bum store, but
yeah,
there's a store that sells them in L.A. Otherwise, I haven't really seen anything, because I know that there's counterfeit concerns with a lot of stuff on eBay, so that's why most of the time it's just dealt through them directly.
Yeah. So if they get like a Nordstrom's, Dillard's, Macy's, one of the big ones, and start carrying it, because like in UK, they're in Harvey Nichols, they were in a couple of the department stores in Australia, they would sell tons more. But they're kind of, I guess they're taking it a little bit slower with expansion, and probably smart for them to do that. But I think they'd be a major force in the U.S. market if they came in full-fledged. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
Hey, John, since you said something about seeing purple, the new 2 Exist contrast line for the spring 2010 has purple and gold as the colors.
I saw that, and I think if I remember right, isn't I'm probably getting my collections mixed up, but isn't Scott Herman one of the models for that? Maybe that's through Undergear. I know he's modeling something for Undergear. But yeah, I saw that too. And I know, like I said, Timoteo, they just launched a whole bunch of stuff, both their classic and their Quake line. They have purple in both of those. So I really think purple is going to be a big color. I'm with you, Wes. I think, the brighter the purple, the better. None of this old high school worn out purple color, but definitely the bright, the eye-catching purple is going to be really popular.
LSU purple.
That's right. That's right.
Actually, that 2 Exist, the spring line is the LSU colors. I wonder if there's some kind of tie in there.
Makes you
some
think.
sort of kickback.
There'll be a lot of sales in Louisiana.
Exactly.
Or online. So, what else do you guys want to talk about? Anything pressing in underwear? Anything about the site you want to talk about? Let our readers and listeners know about?
Well, if you look on the site, today I got the second part of the socks article up.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah, that has been so fun. Not only do I have a couple of drawers of underwear, but I have a couple of drawers of socks. And, socks are a lot like underwear. There's so many different types, and there's so many different designs, and so many people have jumped on the bandwagon to figure out new designs to come out and make people, I guess, help them express themselves. Because, take for instance the Pulse Jock.
Yep.
Okay, everybody, especially me, remembers what it was like growing up in the 80s. I don't know about you, Michael, but
no, not exactly. I was born at the end of the 80s.
So you kind of came in a little bit late into the scene. Back then it was nothing to go out on a basketball court or just walk around town and see people with socks pulled up over their calves with the color bands wrapped around them. And you kind of saw them just fade away, and it got to the point where the only time you saw them is in the adult industry. And
you mean art films?
Yeah. the artistic expression films, yeah. But now Pulse makes a jock that matches those socks. And if our friends over at Skivvy's sells both the jock and the socks to match with them. So that's one of the cool things that I'm really liking. The other thing is there's people that just have started wearing socks just to wear them. You could see the football socks or the soccer socks or football socks, on the TV or on the field. And that's not the case anymore. I was walking around in Walmart that's just Walmart. And the mall, I've seen it too.
West shops at Walmart.
And I've seen it at the mall too. And people would just be walking around with tennis shoes, shorts on, and the soccer socks. And if you watch soccer at all or know anything about the players, those socks are very noticeable. I mean, you cannot ignore them when they're around you. They're very loud, lots of stripes, and unlike the normal stripes that are on the retro socks, like 2 or 3 stripes, the soccer socks have about 6 on them. So, And the other thing is like dress socks. A lot of people go to work and they're expected to dress in business attire, and there have been multiple sites made for business socks and the models and stuff. And a lot of models, underwear models even, you see them lately in a pair of socks. So they're definitely not going to take a back seat to just underwear, and they're going to jump out there and make themselves noticeable in the men's fashion wear lines.
True. Because socks and underwear kind of go hand in hand, because so many guys mix their sock and underwear door together. So, So it's a good addition to have on the site. And somebody is coming out with a new sock line, and I don't remember who it is off the top of my head.
Well, obviously, To Exist has done away with theirs.
Yes, To Exist has done away with their sock line, and I know a lot of people who are not very happy about that. And somebody is coming out with a brand new line of socks, and I don't remember who it is right off the top of my head. Because Ginch Gonch, if you bought 2 pair, you got the matching pair of socks free. They did that a while back, so that was cool.
Awesome. And I can just imagine what those would look like.
They had stars on them. They were different. They're like Ginch Gonch. They're different.
Right.
So yeah. So socks is something fun. We're good to cover on the site, because I think it kind of, like I said, goes hand in hand. Socks, and now guys are paying more attention to their underwear and socks. I was talking to a brand new designer yesterday who we're going to profile on the site, and we were talking about colors and how guys, straight, gay, whatever, are now paying attention to their underwear where they weren't before. It's like, no more are they getting tidy whities from Walmart. They're actually spending some money and getting some decent underwear.
Thank God.
So, which is a good thing, although there's a new guy that hopefully is writing for us from the UK, and we were talking too that the US market doesn't have a mid-range underwear line. We have the stuff we report on, and then the stuff you get at Walmart. Target was the only one who was really doing it, but this past month they did away with their Evolve line from To Exist. Everything went on clearance.
I know where you can find them.
Yeah. So, and they were like $1 when I was in there the other day. So if you're a smaller, extra large, you could have cleaned up. But I think the U.S. market could take a mid-range underwear line. I think we're at the point now where someone needs to come in at that price range, and they can make a fortune.
Right.
But that's just my opinion.
Well, so I think that could very well work here, because like you said, a lot of people are starting to pay more attention. You're starting to walk into a store and see more packages of Hanes and Fruity the Loom and all that staying on the shelf instead of, the colors where they may not have as many on the shelf. And I don't know about y'all, but I've noticed that here lately a lot of stores seem like they're trying to get away from like the different colored briefs from just those general brands. Like I can't even go into a store now and find a pack of Hanes fashion briefs if I tried. Every one of them has gone to boxer briefs. And I guess more people now are starting to get used, for whatever reason, has started getting used to boxer briefs more than just the briefs. And have y'all seen that?
Yeah, it's a trend, more boxer briefs than briefs right now. That's for sure.
Yep, I agree. And along those same lines, too, I think there's, especially on the U.S. market, there's more of a status change. I think people, they know that there's other underwear out there. They're not just limited to Hanes or Fruit of the Loom or anything like that. When people walk around with their waistband showing, do you want, Ginch Gonch or Timoteo or even Calvin Klein, showing versus, Fruit of the Loom or Hanes. So I think people's perceptions have kind of changed of underwear too. And, I think there's a certain level of status, that people are after too when it comes to underwear nowadays that they didn't necessarily pay attention to in the past.
Exactly.
I completely agree as well. So I also think those Marky Mark ads a long time ago for Calvin Klein kind of pushed them up in that like elevated status. I don't know if any of you guys saw those, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a few of us that would hold the magazines open at the ad. Yes, Mom, I'm studying. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the whole underwear over the waistband thing has taken off the last probably 4 years with the low-rise jeans. So, So the more and more guys are paying attention to what they're wearing under the low-rise jeans because they know the underwear is going to be showing over the top.
That's right.
Look at Schultz. That's their whole underwear line. It's made to go under their jeans.
Yep.
So they're not stupid.
See, that would have never worked years ago. It never would have. But now, as trends and fashion is changing, that people can get away with that. And a lot of people now are not tucking their shirts in as much as they used to, because when I was growing up, you just did not walk out the door unless you had your shirt tucked in. And, now there's a lot of people that are just, being a little bit, carefree, and you'll see the people walking around, they'll lift up their shirts and the underwear band is sticking up over their pants. And it's still kind of a new thing to me, because once you get something stuck in your head, it's hard to change. So
that's because you were a good Southern boy and you were told to do that.
Yeah,
I agree with that too. I think it's regional too, how change is sweet, because I think there's a sense of properness where you dress in the South, whereas over here in the Midwest, we're pretty laid back folk, I think. But
well, I think it's in the South, out in the suburban and country areas. Once you get ITP in Atlanta, then you start seeing more of the pants on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah.
And,
General Pratt or whatever his name is.
Yeah. So when I heard that and I heard he was from Atlanta, I was like, good Lord, that is like the theme song of Atlanta. Because for a while, Atlanta City Council was thinking of voting a proposal so that you could not wear your pants like sagging down like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because it was getting really bad. It was getting to the point where people, you might as well just go to Atlanta and see people walking around with pants that were about maybe 4 inches above their knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had gotten really bad.
Yeah.
So in that case, that waistband line would not work. They would have to design the whole underwear. So,
you like those wide waistbands, though, right, Wes?
Exactly.
He just doesn't like them 18 inches wide.
Yeah, if I wanted to do that, I would just buy some of those. What is it? Is it 2Exist or CN2? I think it's 2Exist that makes those shape enhancing underwear.
2Exist.
Yeah.
The Form Contour Pouch Brief. That's it.
Yeah.
The underwear that almost goes up to your nipples. Yeah.
Yep. So we're approaching 30 minutes, so I guess we'll wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for being on the podcast, and we're going to do a lot more of these with staff members, either all of us or mix and match, who's ever available or whatnot. So we'll hear a lot more of these in the future. So, as always, you can check us out at underwearnewsbriefs.com. And we thank you for reading and listening. And we will have a new podcast for you soon. Bye, everyone.